Hello everyone and welcome to Blog Runner Everything and welcome back to the channel and welcome to a match review as we are taking a look back at what was yet another victory for FC Barcelona in La Liga as they beat Villarreal by Xavi's favorite scoreline these days. Used to be 4-0 before, it's no longer the case now. Xavi's favorite scoreline just so happens to just be 1-0, yeah? Just dropping one pieces all over the place on different people, and this time around it was on Quique Setien's Villarreal. It should be mentioned though that this is probably a game that could have seen way more than just the one goal that we did see, but there was some very good play and some very just good performance on the part of Ronald Araujo, who, I'm just going to say it out right now, he was my man of the match in this game. But also there was a bit of some worrying trends that we could see going forward for FC Barcelona. I'll get into that later on when I'm talking about negatives and positives. But as usual, like we do here, guys, I'm going to give you the tactical setup for both teams. Then I'm going to talk negatives and positives for I give the team rating and I give my man of the match. Oh, I also give you Xavi's rating for this game. I rate the manager's performance as well. So yeah, if that sounds like something that you're into, then go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new as well, hit subscribe. If you're listening to this from the podcast, then welcome as well to you. Thank you for your support, and I hope that you find this pretty interesting. Hope you're entertained. You can set the gladiator meme here for all the YouTube guys to go, yeah, I get that reference. Okay, so going straight to the tactical setup for both teams. FC Barcelona, there was a bit of questions as to how Xavi Hernandez would set up, of course, without Busquets here as well. The question was, is he going to set up with Kessie in midfield again? And well, the answer was yes. That was really the only change alongside Balde coming back into the starting 11 from the 3-0 victory last time out against Sevilla. Villarreal, on the other hand, it seemed like Setien tried to match Xavi's system here, just to give him a good game. And he did give Xavi Hernandez a good game. But this is what Villarreal looked like in their setup. Okay, let's then pretty quickly get into some of our negatives and positives. We'll start, of course, with negatives. Now, my first negative here, I just have to say, has to be the finishing today. It just wasn't a good day for our finishers today. Rafinha wasted chances. Lewandowski, my goodness, should have had Barcelona on the score sheet in as early as well. Was it the 3rd minute or the 4th minute? But he completely wasted a chance that after he had been played clean through by Pedri, who was another contender for man of the match in this game. But yeah, the finishing from FC Barcelona just wasn't there tonight. And of course, when you only have 2 out-and-out forwards or 2 out-and-out players who you're expecting to get into that opposition box to take shots, then yeah, it's not looking good. Of course, the performance by Rafinha wasn't too bad here, but the finishing, these guys just have to do better next time around. My next negative has to do with somebody who didn't even feature in this game. Now, earlier I had said that there was some debate as to what Xavi Hernandez should do in as far as setting up his team is concerned. Well, the debate was, should Xavi Hernandez start Kessie or should Xavi Hernandez start Ansu Fati or maybe Ferran? And Ansu Fati did not get even a lick of football, and it's like he didn't even get a single minute of action in this game. Xavi Hernandez even called on Ferran Torres before he called on Ansu Fati. In fact, saying before he called on Ansu Fati, he didn't call on Ansu Fati. He threw in Jordi Alba ahead of Ansu Fati as well. So right now, I would say it's looking pretty bad for Ansu Fati. Maybe this is Xavi sending a message that he doesn't really like what Ansu has been doing so far with his injured Jorge Mendes, trying to force Barcelona more or less to either sell him or play him. And it's pretty awkward as well, because just earlier in the week, well, later in the past week, I guess, since that was on Saturday when we got the news, and this is Sunday, this is a new week. So on Saturday we did hear the news saying that, well, Ansu Fati is like the fittest that he's ever been in a long time, all that kind of stuff, blah blah blah, and here he doesn't even get a single minute. So you have to wonder exactly what is going on there. But whatever is going on, I can guarantee that it is not good news for Ansu Fati. So he's going in the negatives for this one, because I feel like he should have been able to play in this game. Anywho, I'm going to give you my last negative, which is of course FC Barcelona. Seriously speaking, how many times are we going to suffer this season? It seems like we'll suffer as many times as we play and only score one goal. That's what I'm going to conclude here. Because once again here, the dying minutes, it was really edge of the seat stuff. Villarreal did have the ball in the back of the net, but thankfully it was ruled out for offside correctly. But it's not how you want to be winning these matches, to be quite honest, especially as some of us who, we watched the Barca of old that would always smash teams by 4 or 5 goals, and clinging on to one goal, it doesn't feel right, Tiki-taka Cholo, this needs to go away, Xavi. Bring back Forza Barca, bring back the 4 new score lines, please. Anywho, we're going to go and briefly now talk positives. And of course, once again, Barcelona got the W on the road. This season, FC Barcelona have won every one of their away games, except of course that 3-1 loss at the Santiago Bernabeu. But other than that, Xavi Hernandez has won every match on the road, which is a bonkers stat, and it's also a pretty nice way of coming back around full circle, because Xavi's first match in charge of FC Barcelona away from home was of course against Villarreal, and last time out of course Barcelona won 3-1 in what was a very, very tight affair, even much tighter than this game, which ended 1-0 oddly enough. Anywho, my next positive is 11 points. Like, how could you not be happy about that? FC Barcelona now 11 points clear of Real Madrid. Of course, Real Madrid have that game in hand. They did not play this week because they were off doing Club World Cup duties and whatnot. But it was good to see FC Barcelona keeping on the run, keeping on the pressure as well on Real Madrid, because they know that they come back and they cannot relax. They have to hit the ground running. They have to be full throttle. And with those Champions League ties coming soon as well, it's going to get really hectic. But of course, it'll be hectic for Barca as well, because Europa League is back. Yay. Anyway, I'll give you my third and final positive, which was of course the performance in this game by Ronald Araujo. Now, I already mentioned earlier on that dude is my man of the match, but I just have to mention it here as well. The performance that we saw from him on the night was just absolutely spectacular and was everything that you would have asked for, I think, as FC Barcelona, as Xavi Hernandez. The fact that he managed to overshadow Pedri, who scored his, 5th goal this season? 6th goal actually this season, which puts him as FC Barcelona's second highest scorer, which that's pretty good coming from our central midfielder. Anyway, moving on from the negatives and the positives, let's go and talk team rating and manager rating. Now with this one, I'm going to be quite a bit harsh on FC Barcelona, because I don't think that this was the best team performance we have seen from FC Barcelona this season. It was far from it anyway. It was a solid performance, but it wasn't a good performance. I feel bad because, like I said, Araujo had a very good game here, and so did Pedri. And Kessie was pretty decent as well. I forgot to mention, actually, Kessie was pretty decent in this one. But I'm going to give this team rating of 7.5 out of 10 for this one, just because of how many chances FC Barcelona wasted going forward and how many times Barca were in situations where they should have punished Villarreal and they didn't. I mean, just remember late on when there was that break on and Pedri had the ball, and Xavi Hernandez ended up kicking, I don't know what it was. My heart felt the same way, Xavi. I was with you on that one, bro. But yeah, 7.5 for the team rating. And as for Xavi himself, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10 because there were substitutions he could have made pretty late on, and even I would say maybe past the 70th minute, I would have put this game a bit more in FC Barcelona's favor. But of course, he got the job done. Another one piece from him. Another good win for his brilliant away record in La Liga. Like, it's probably pretty crazy right now. Like, aside from Real Madrid, I don't remember the last away game that Xavi Hernandez lost in La Liga. That's just how good he is. Of course, his biggest challenges have always been at home. That's why we've seen him drop points. And with Cadiz coming up next, they've been in good form as well. Kind of see another banana skin around the corner here, but let's see how Xavi handles, especially with those Man United fixtures either side of this Cadiz game. All right, now that we have talked team and manager ratings, of course, man of the match is the next thing. And like I said already, going with Ronald Araujo on this one, it was just a behemoth of a performance from him. Villarreal did manage to unlock Barcelona's defense on quite a few occasions, but you know what? On each one of those occasions, Ronald Araujo was there just to stick in a boot, just to put in a block or to make a foul if he needed to. He was there in that moment to do what needed to be done to stop Villarreal's attack. And because of that, I think undoubtedly he was the man of the match. And it's pretty crazy just how good Araujo has been, because I count this game as having been a bit of an off day for Christensen and Koundé, for two of our defenders to be off their game, and for Balde to have been really largely ineffective because he was double teamed during that entire game. And for Araujo to step up like that and still take Barcelona into a clean sheet, that was a crazy performance from him. So without a doubt, he is my man of the match. And that is pretty much that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for tuning in. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. Like, is there anyone who you think I left out? Anybody who I overlooked? Any performances that you think are worth giving a shout out to? Please do leave those thoughts in the comment section. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, and Forza Barca.